Hello, class 7th. This is your 4th chapter. In this session, we will see chapter 4 from your book Honeycomb. From your book Honeycomb. And what is the name of the chapter? The name of the chapter is The Ashes That Made Trees Bloom. The ashes that made tree bloom. This is the name of the chapter from the book Honeysuckle. Okay? It is one kind of a story of a dog named Muko. What did he do? Okay? You are going to love this chapter. Just pay attention on the chapter. And in the last, we will see some word meanings. Fine? So first, let's move to the chapter. Once there lived an old couple. They had a pet dog. They had no child. They loved the dog as if it were a baby. The dog was named Muko. The kind couple fed the dog with their own forks. In return, the dog loved them much. Means in the story, there is one couple, an old woman and an old man. Okay, they had a pet dog, but they had no children of their own, no child. They loved the dog, and so they loved the dog as if that the dog was their own child, their own baby. And they named the dog as Muko. Now the couple was very kind couple. What did the couple do? The couple had a pet dog. They loved the pet dog as their baby, as their own child. Okay, and they fed the dog with their own fork. Fork means with their own spoon, with their own hands. Okay, and in return, what did the dog do? The dog also loved them very much. The dog is the faithful animal. Further, the old man was a farmer. Every morning, Muko followed him to his fields. A heron walked in the footsteps. Now, what is heron? H-E-R-O-N. What is heron? Heron means a large fish-eating wading bird with long legs. Heron is one type of a large fish-eating wading bird with long neck. It has an S-shaped neck. Okay. So, a heron walked in the footsteps of the old man to pick up worms. Like this, master and dog also never harmed like his master, the dog also never harmed the bird. Now, because the old man was a kind person, the dog, looking at his master, also was a kind animal. The old man was a farmer. Every morning, the old man used to go to the fields to work. And with him, Muko, his dog, also used to follow him. In the field, they used to see a bird, heron. Heron means it is a large bird that catches fishes. Okay, fish-eating bird. In the field, they used to see a bird, heron. Okay, and that bird used to pick up worms from the field. But neither the farmer, old man, and nor his dog used to harm the bird at all. One day, the dog put his paws against the old man's legs. He motioned with his head to some spot behind. To please his pet, the old man followed him. At a little distance from there, the dog stopped. It started scratching the ground. To help his pet, the old man struck his hoe. Now what is hoe? H-O-E. Hoe means, hoe is an long handled gardening tool with a thin metal blade used mainly for weeding. Okay, so when the dog started scratching the ground, the old man, the farmer, also helped him by striking his hoe in the earth. Now there was a pile of gold before him. So what happened one day? One day the dog put his paws on the legs of the old man as if it was trying to say something. Okay, so now to please his pet, what did the old man do? The old man followed the dog wherever the dog was taking him. Okay, now going to a little distance, the dog stopped, and when it stopped, it started scratching that place. Now when the farmer, the old man, saw the dog scratching the ground, it also wanted to help the dog. So with his hoe, which is used for weeding, it started to dig the ground. The old man also started to dig the ground, and in some while there was a pile of gold before him. Okay, now after getting so much of gold, the couple became rich. So now when they got the gold, the couple became rich. The old couple became rich. They gave a feast to their friends and helped their old neighbors. In the same village, there lived a wicked old woman and his wife. They brought the dog into their garden. They set before him good food, but the dog was afraid. He neither ate nor moved. Now after becoming rich, when the old couple you can say, when they became rich, first they gave a big feast, okay, to their friends, and they also helped their poor neighbors with the gold they got. They did not keep it for themselves. They gave a big feast, and they also helped their poor neighbors. Now in that same village, an old couple lived. One more old couple was there, and that old couple was a wicked old couple. They were not kind. They used to harm everyone. What did they do? When they heard that the kind old couple had got the gold because of this dog, they brought that dog to their garden. They gave that dog good things to eat, but the dog was afraid of it, and so neither did eat anything, and neither did the dog move. They dragged the dog out of the door. Now when the dog did not help them, what did they do? They dragged the dog out of the house. They walked with him. When they reached a pine tree, the dog began to scratch the ground. The wicked couple was delighted. Both of them dug the ground. What they got was a dead kitten. The couple was very angry. They killed the dog. Then they flung him into the hole they had dug. They heaped the earth over his carcass. Now what did the couple do? First they brought the dog to their house, feeded him with good food, but the dog was very afraid, so he did neither eat nor move. Okay, now the wicked old couple were greedy. They only wanted the dog to show them the treasure of gold where it was. So what did they do? They dragged means they pulled the dog out of the doors. Okay, and they walked with him. After reaching to a pine tree, the dog started digging the ground. When the dog started digging the ground, the couple became very happy. They were delighted that, oh, now we also have got the treasure. Okay, so both the old men and women, wicked old men and women, they also started digging the ground. But when they dig the ground, what did they find in that? They found that there was a dead kitten in that. Looking at this, the couple became very angry. And what did they do? They killed the dog. They killed the dog and flung. Flung means dug him. Okay. They flung. F-L-U-N-G. Flung means they threw the dog. After killing the dog, they threw and hurled the dog forcefully. Or you can say moved or pushed the dog forcefully into that hole which they had dug. And then they heaved the earth. Earth means after putting the dog into that hole, they covered that hole with the earth. Earth means with the mud and everything they heard. And what is carcass? C-A-R-C-A-S-S. C-A-R-C-A-S-S. What is carcass? Carcass means the dead body of an animal. Now they had killed the dog. So what did they do? They put the dog, they flung the dog into the carcass, into the hole. And the carcass means the dead body of the animal, and dead body of the dog, they covered it with the earth. Fine. Now the dog was killed. This news reached his owner. Owner means the kind old man and woman, kind couple. The incident of the dog's death reached the ears of its owner. He felt so sad as if he had lost his own son. He went to the place where his pet had been buried. He mourned for a long time. He called him many dear names as if he were alive. That night, he saw his dog in his dreams. The dog asked him to cut the pine tree and make from it a mortar. He also asked him to make from that wood a mill. Okay, now the death of the dog, the incident of the dog's death reached his owner. Who were the owner of that dog? The kind old couple. Okay, when the old couple heard this, they felt very sad because the dog was like their child to them. So they were very sad. He felt so sad as if he had lost his own son. He went to the place where the wicked couple had buried the dog. He went to that place and he sat there for a long time. Mourned means M-O-U-R-N-E-D. M-O-U-R-N-E-D. Mourn. Mourn means to feel or show sorrow of death. Okay. He mourned for a long time. He called out the name. He called out his dog, his pet dog, as his son by many names, as if the dog was alive. And that night, when the old man came back, that night he saw his dog in his dream. He saw his dog in his dream. Okay? And what did he see? He saw that the dog has asked him to cut the pine tree. The pine tree under which the dog was buried, besides which the dog was buried. The dog said to the old man that cut that pine tree and from that pine tree make a mortar. What is mortar? M-O-R-T-A-R. Mortar means a short, smooth bore gun for firing shells, okay, with high angles. He said that from that pine tree make a mortar, and also asked him to make from that wood a mill. Okay. Now the old man did as his dog said. The old man did as he was told. With much labor, he made a small bowl of the wood. Then he made a long-handled hammer of wood. When the new year drew near, he decided to make some rice pastries. They put the boiled rice in the wooden mortar. The old man used the wooden hammer to pound the mass into dough. When the pastry was ready for baking, it turned into a mass of gold coins. The old woman took the hand mill and filling it with bean sauce began to grind. The gold dropped like rain. At this moment, the envious neighbor peeped into the window. He decided to borrow the mill. Now the old man did as his dog said. Okay, with much labor means with much hard work, he made a small bowl of wood. Okay, and with it he also made a long handled hammer of wood. Now as the new year came, he decided to make some rice pastries. So what did he do first? The old couple first they boiled the rice in the wooden mortar, and then the old man used the hammer to pound the mass into dough. Dough means to knead it and make it a dough. Now when the pastry was ready for baking, they saw that pastry changed into gold. Now the old woman, what did she do? She took the hand mill. Okay, where did this all come from? It all came from that pine tree which the dog had told the old man in the dream to cut the pine tree and make a mortar and a mill. Okay, now when the old woman took the hand mill and filling it with the bean sauce began to grind it, there was a rain of gold. Now all these things, when it was happening, it was watched by their neighbor, envious neighbor. What is envious? E-N-V-I-O-U-S-H. E-N-V-I-O-U-S. Envious. What is envious? Envious means feeling or showing envy. Feeling or showing envy. Okay, a feeling of discontented, you can say, aroused by someone's possession, qualities or luck. Okay, so all these things which was happening was watched by the neighbors of that old couple. Okay, and what did the neighbor decide? The neighbor decided that he will borrow the mill from the couple. The old couple readily gave their mill to the neighbor. The men began to pound the rice and the women began to grind. However, this time the pastry and the sauce turned into worms. They broke the mill into pieces to use it as firewood. Okay? What did the old couple do? The old couple did not say no, that no, we are not going to give you. Okay, the old couple willingly gave the hand mill and the bowl to the neighbor. The neighbor took it. They started pounding the rice and grinding it and all. But this time the mill did not give them gold, it only gave them worms. So the cruel couple, the wicked couple, what did they do? When they did not get anything from that wood, they broke that mill into pieces and used it as firewood. Now further, again the old man dreamt about the dog. The dog came in dreams of the old man. Had burnt the mill, means they had broke the mill which they had bought from the kind old couple and used it as firewood. Okay. Not long after that, the old man dreamed again about the dog. The spirit of the dog spoke to him. And what did the dog tell him? The dog told him about how the wicked old couple had burnt the mill made from the pine tree. Take the ashes of the mill, sprinkle them on the withered tree, and they will bloom again, said the dog spirit. Now what happened again? Again the dog came into the dream of the old man. Okay? And what did he say? He said to the old man that the wicked couple had taken your mill, okay, and they had burnt into ashes. You do one thing, go to that wicked couple's house, take the ashes of that mill and sprinkle on the withered tree. Withered tree means the tree that does not have any leaves. Okay, the leaves of the trees which have been shed. So the dog said that take the ashes of that mill from that wicked couple and sprinkle it on the withered tree. As soon as you will wither the ashes on the mill, it will bloom again. Okay, the old man awoke and went at once to his wicked neighbor's house, where he found the miserable old pair sitting at the edge of their square fireplace in the middle of the floor, smoking and spinning. From time to time, they warmed their hands and feet with the blaze of some bits of the mill, while behind them lay a pile of the broken pieces. Now, after the dog spirit came into the dream of the old man awoke at once and he went to the house of that wicked couple. Okay, when he went there, he found that the couple was sitting near the fireplace and they were warming their hands and feet with the fire which they had burned from the bits of the mill. The old man, the good old man, humbly asked for ashes, though the covetous couple turned up their noses at him. Now, what is covetous? C-O-V-E-T-O-U-S. Covetous means having or showing a great desire to possess something belonging to someone else. But natural. The mill they had broken was not belonging to them. That was of the kind couple. Okay. So, though the covetous couple turned up their nose at him and scolded him as if he were a thief, they let him fill his basket with the ashes. Okay, the old man went to the cruel couple's house, okay, and he asked for the ashes. He told them that I need some ashes from this fire. Now the couple got very angry. Okay, they turned up their nose at him and scolded him like you scold at some thief or some anyone. They scolded him like a thief and then let him take the basket with, fill his basket with that ashes. On coming home, the old man took his wife into the garden. It being winter, their favorite cherry tree was bare. They sprinkled a pinch of ashes on it, and lo, it sprouted blossoms until it became a cloud of pink blooms which perfumed the air. The news of this filled the village and everyone ran out to see the wonder. Now what did the old man do when he brought the ash from the wicked couple's house? He sprinkled that on in his garden. In his garden he had a cherry tree, and that cherry tree was totally bare. Bare means totally empty. It did not have any fruits or leaves on it. He sprinkled a pinch of ash on that tree. As soon as he sprinkled, it sprouted blossoms. Means as soon as he sprinkled the ash on the tree bloomed. Became pink clouds and perfumed the air. Okay, and this news that the bare tree is now filled with fruit just with the pinch of ashes. This news filled the village into the village. It spread all over the village, and everyone ran over to see this wonder. Okay, now this news was heard by that covetous, that cruel couple also. Now the covetous couple also heard the news. Gathering up the remaining ashes of mill, kept them to make withered trees blossom. The kind old man, hearing that his lord, the daimyo, was to pass along the high road near the village, set out to see him, taking his basket of ashes. As the train approached, he climbed up into an old withered cherry tree that stood by the wayside. Now the covetous couple, the cruel couple, they came to know about this. They also came to know about this, that the old man, their neighbor old man, had taken the ash, and that ash, when he sprinkled on the withered tree, it bloomed. Okay, so what did they do? They started gathering that ashes and kept them to make withered tree blossom. And that kind old man, he heard that his lord means here daimyo, you can say. Okay, daimyo means, you can hear say in Hindi like zamindar, the one who owns very too much of land. Okay, one day the kind old man, he came to know that his lord daimyo was going to pass from them. In olden days, when the king used to pass through his kingdom, okay, the people never used to sit, or never used to you can say pass through that train. Okay, so what did the old man do? When he came to know, he climbed a cherry tree and sat on that tree, so that he could not disturb the king's train. Okay, now in the days of daimyo, it was a custom, the custom which I was talking about, when their lord passed by, for the loyal people will shut their high windows, even they pasted them fast with a slip of paper, so as not to commit the impertinence. What is impertinence? Spelling is IMPERTINANCE. impertinence. Okay, Nence. Impertinence means not to show any kind of rudeness or lack of respect. Okay, so the people, what did they do? Not to commit the impertinence of looking down on his lordship. All the people along the road would fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate until the procession passed by. What is the procession? The trail of the king that goes through the kingdom. Okay, so it was a custom in the olden days where the people used to, loyal people, okay, they used to shut the door when they came to know that the lord is going to pass. Lord means their king or their daimos are going to pass from there. They used to shut their door. Even they used to paste the slip of paper on the window. Okay, why? So as not to commit, not to show the rudeness. If this thing has been done, means if they have not closed the window and they are looking at the king's train, okay, it was seen as their, it was counted as their rudeness, and for this they were also punished. Okay, so all the people, and if you are walking on the road, it was done that the people walking along the road would lie down with their hands and their knees, on their knees, and remain there still until the procession passes by. The train drew near. One tall, competent man marched ahead, crying out to the people by the way, "Get down on your knees, get down on your knees." And everyone kneeled down while the procession was passing. Suddenly, the leader of the van caught sight of the aged man up in the tree. He was about to call out to him in an angry tone, but seeing he was such an old fellow, he pretended not to notice him and passed him by. So, when the daimyo's palanquin drew near, Palanquin, palanquin. What is palanquin? Palanquin. Palanquin. Palanquin is a covered litter of one passenger. It means you can say it is consisting of a big box carried with the horizontal poles where 6 or 4 barriers hold them and pick them. Palki. In Hindi you can say it is a palki. Okay. So till the palanquin passed by, drew near, the old man, taking a pinch of ashes from his basket, scattered it over the tree, and in a moment it burst into blossoms. Now the old man was sitting on that cherry tree, okay, when the trail was passing by. So what did he do? As soon as the daimyo's palanquin, it drew near the tree, the old man took a pinch of the ash and sprinkled on the tree. As soon as he sprinkled on the tree blossomed. Okay. Now the tree blossomed. Looking at this, the daimyo got very delighted. The delighted daimyo ordered the train to be stopped, got out to see the wonder. Calling the old man to him, he thanked him and ordered presents of silk robes, sponge cake, fans, and other rewards to be given him. He even invited him to his castle. Now what did the daimyo do? When he saw this, that when he was passing by the cherry tree blossomed, he became very happy. Looking to this, what did he do? He stopped his palanquin. He told his servants to stop the palanquin. He went out to see the wonder. Okay. After he saw that the bare tree is now blossoming very beautifully, he called the old man, thanked him, and gave him many presents like good clothes, silk clothes, spongy cakes, good food, fans, and many other rewards. And also told the old man to visit his castle. Castle means palace, you can say. So the old man was gleefully home to share his joy with his dear old wife. Now the old man was very happy with this. So he went home, he soon went home, and he wanted to share this news, this joy with his wife. But when the greedy neighbor heard of it, they took some of the magic ashes and went on the highway. There he waited until a daimyo's train came along, and instead of kneeling down like the crowd, he climbed the withered cherry tree. When the daimyo himself was almost directly under him, he threw a handful of ashes over the tree, which did not change a particle. The wind blew the fine dust in the noses and eyes of daimyo and his wife. Such sneezing and choking, it spoiled all the pomp and dignity of the procession. The man whose business it was to cry, "Get down on your knees," seized the old fool by the collar, dragged him from the tree, and tumbled him and his ash basket into the ditch by the road. Then, beating him soundly, he left him for dead. Now the greedy neighbor, the cruel neighbor, the covetous neighbor, when they came to know about it, okay, that the old man was rewarded by the daimyo, they also wanted to do the same thing. The old man, greedy old man, what did he do? He went to the highway and sat on a cherry tree again that was withered. And he waited for the daimyo's train to come along. As soon as he saw the train coming, the procession of the daimyo coming, he took a handful of ashes and sprinkled on the withered tree. But it happened opposite. Okay, the wind blew, but the tree did not change. Okay, there was no change in a particle at all. The wind blew and the dust of the ash went into the nose and eyes of the daimyo and his wife. With that, they started sneezing and they got choked. They were choking. Okay. Now this spoiled whole pomp and dignity of the procession. So the servant, the man who was shouting, "Get down on your knees, get down on your knees," what did he do? He dragged that old man from collar, tumbled him down, threw his ass basket and beat him soundly and left him there to die. Thus the wicked old man died in the mud, and the kind friend of the dog dwelt in peace and plenty, and both he and his wife lived to the green old age. And what happened after this? The old wicked man died. Okay, and the kind old couple, they lived with peace and plenty. Okay, why? Because they were kind, they were true. That's why. And the people who are kind and true, everything good happens with them. And after that, both old man and his wife lived happily till the green old age. Okay, now this was a story about the ashes that made the trees bloom. I hope you loved that story. Okay, now let's see some of the word meanings of it very soon, and then I'll give you the worksheet of this. You have to listen to the chapter very carefully, solve the answers, and if it has been solved, please learn to it. Let's move to the word meanings. What is the first meaning? The first meaning is hoe, H-O-E. Hoe means a long-handled gardening tool with thin blade used mainly for weeding. Okay. Next is carcass. 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 Carcass means dead body of an animal. Okay. What is hoe? Hoe is a long-handled gardening tool with a metal blade used mainly for weeding. And carcass means the dead body of an animal. Okay. Next word is flung. F-L-U-N-G. F-L-U-N-G. Flung. What is flung? Flung means throw or hurl forcefully. You can say move or push also. Okay. Throw or hurl forcefully. Next is mortar. Mortar means here you can say a smooth, a cup shaped receptacle in which ingredients are crushed and ground. Okay, a cup shaped receptacle in which ingredients are crushed or ground. Okay, next is dough. D-O-U-G-H. Dough. Dough means a thick malleable mixture of flour and liquid. Liquid means water, milk, anything it can be. Used for baking into bread or pastry. What is a dough? A dough is a thick malleable mixture of flour and liquid used for baking into bread or pastry. Okay. Now what is envious? E-N-V-I-O-U-S. Envious means feeling or showing envy. Feeling or showing envy. Now you would say, ma'am, what is envy? E-N-V-Y. Envy means feeling of discontent or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possession, qualities or luck. Okay. Next is impertinence. Spelling is I-M-P-E-R-T-I-N-E-N-C-E. Impertinence, lack of respect or rudeness. Impertinence means lack of respect or rudeness. Okay, and the last word is palanquin. P-A-L-A-N-Q-U-I-N. Palanquin. Palanquin means a covered litter for one passenger consisting a large box carried on two horizontal poles by 4 or 6 bearers. Okay. So these were the word meanings. It were hoe, carcass, flung, mortar, dough, envious, impertinence and palanquin. Okay. So please not to note down all of the chapter which I have explained you, only note down this word meanings in your notebook. Okay. Soon I'll give you the worksheet related with this. Just note down that worksheet in your notebook. Till then, take care of your health, study well. Best of luck for your exams, whichever it is going to come in the future. Okay. Hope to meet you all soon. Bye.